We're never gonna do this again. Okay. You wrap it around. Let's again. Beautiful people. Beautiful people. Thank you for your time and thank you for listening to almost everything from Life at Home. I am Doc Waller.
I'm Abby Humphries.
And this is the 7th time we've done this intro. No, not the 7th. We were talking about, before we decided to do take 2, we were talking about what we don't necessarily like podcasts, what they do in the very beginning, especially when it's a new podcast. They start talking about what they are going to talk about as opposed to getting into it, you know, and I didn't want to do that. What I will do though is tell you guys what the vision I had in regards to like how this podcast should feel. Yeah. Right. And what it should, you know, how it should hit with listeners. You know, when you're having like family dinner or you're setting up for a dinner party, I know Abby loves this. She is like, you know, well, I'm going to ask Abby a question after this about dinner parties. Okay. But when you're preparing for a dinner party and you're setting the table, you have like a long table, maybe it's like a Friendsgiving, and the table doesn't feel right without the perfect centerpiece. Mm-hmm. That's what I want this podcast to be for Life at Home. It's the centerpiece.
Oh, I like that.
It's where I want people to go.
Anchor.
It's the anchor of the entire company. And, you know, I really feel like hopefully it's a place where people can go to feel good about themselves, to learn something, and to feel like they're just having a conversation with two friends, people they know. A large part of that is making sure we don't necessarily get into political stuff.
Right.
If you guys want to know what Abby and I feel about certain things, you can just go follow us on Instagram. We don't, you know, ask people to, you know, not say how they feel about things, you know.
But there's enough of that on the internet.
There's enough of that on the internet. There's enough of that with our personal profiles or whatever. And we just know that there's a lot of people that want a place to go to kind of escape that.
Right.
And getting healthier, you know, finding ways to be happy, learning something, being entertained is also valuable. And I think that this is the place to where we're going to do that.
I love that.
So my question
about dinner parties.
Yeah. My question, since it came up, is it possible to be Abby's friend without if you don't like dinner parties?
I would say yes.
Or can you be Abby Humphries' friend if you don't like brunch?
Ooh. I would say I have different, like, I have friends that have like, my friends have fallen into different like categories. Mm-hmm. Like my friend Kate is now like my brunch friend, and like that's what we do. Okay. That's like our because when you're an adult, it's like you kind of just have to be like, okay, this is going to be our like standing date, like our standing thing. So me and my friend Kate have like, we call it second Sundays or like second Saturdays, and it's like the second weekend of each month we like plan a brunch date. Yeah. And then I have some friends that are like more my dinner party people. So I can be your friend. You're just I'm going to like assign something
your
to
role,
you.
Your title.
You're gonna be like my workout class friend or something.
Yeah.
And you're always invited to the other things as well. But like
you're really good at planning. Ever since I've known you, you know, I'll say something like, it'll be spring, and I say, you know, by the fall, I really want to make sure that Life at Home does this or something like that. Yeah. And you'll go, well, I have a brunch planned in December. Just make sure. I'm like, wait, what?
Like, I probably will be doing this by that day. Yeah. No, I'm definitely. It's the Virgo in me.
Oh, is that? Yeah. Okay, I don't know much about what do they call those?
Horoscopes.
Horoscopes
or zodiac signs. Yeah. Horoscopes. I don't really either, but I know that I'm a Virgo. So
I don't do the Enneagram.
Yeah.
Horoscope.
Oh, we've talked about this.
Oh yeah. I'm
which is fine.
I'm anti, and you are not anti.
Well, it's funny because so Caleb, my family is very into like personality tests and stuff. Okay. And my mom has been trying to get Caleb to take the Enneagram since we've been 5 years.
And he won't?
Yeah. Well, she bought him for Christmas. She bought him the Enneagram test. It's like $12, but like she bought it for him, and he just won't do it.
Bought it meaning like she
got him a code, like a code that like Kind of like a
Online.
gift card, yeah.
Okay.
That he can
Okay.
redeem. But
You
yeah,
can
he
see how
just,
old I am. I said Scantron. You know what a Scantron is?
yes, I do actually. It's like
What is it?
It's like whenever you would take a test and you would do the bubble sheet.
Yes,
and then,
okay.
Yeah.
You pass.
I'm not that young.
You pass. But he's not taking it.
No, I've given up asking him because I've tried too many times and I'm like, it's just not a battle I want to.
Shout out Caleb. I knew I liked you.
Yeah. My anti-Enneagram people.
Okay, so one thing that's going to be a regular part of this podcast is we are going to begin by asking each other, are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you good?
Are you good?
Are you good? That's better.
Yeah.
It's less
Are
therapizing.
You okay?
Are you okay? Are you good?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Why?
I'm good because it's not January anymore.
Okay.
I hate January.
Really? Why?
Yeah. I just like I've never been like a big resolutions person, but I still feel like I don't want to say pressure, but like I don't know. And honestly, this January wasn't as bad. I feel like I have negative connotations with January because I'll get like seasonal, not seasonal depression, but like seasonal affective disorder is like what they call it now. But I feel like this January wasn't as bad because I kept my routine. But it's February and we're moving towards spring. And I just feel like I'm in flow. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm good.
Did anything in January happen that added to your dislike of January?
Not really, honestly, other than just like something that I've been trying to get better at is like not letting my like history or my my like core, I don't want to say core beliefs, but it's like, you know how sometimes it's like if you tell yourself you have anxiety, you'll have anxiety type thing.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, I don't like January. I don't like winter. Yeah. And so then because I'm saying that, it's reinforcing that idea. Mm-hmm. So like in me saying this, like January was fine. Like nothing bad happened. Yeah. I was pretty happy the whole month. Like, so I should, going into next year, I just don't need to dread it because it's fine.
You got to look back and say, okay, January kind of proved me wrong.
Yeah.
We get into these rhythms. We get into these psychological,
like limiting beliefs. That's the word I was looking for.
Limiting beliefs.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's not limiting your beliefs, but they are limiting beliefs.
Yes. Yeah. It's a belief that's limiting your happiness or like your ability to thrive. And
are they really beliefs? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like where do they come from? And
yeah. Is it a belief or is it just like a mood or a reference or
a habit?
Yeah, something that happened multiple times, so now it's a little sticky.
Yes, exactly.
Now, but you're calling it a belief,
right?
But it's not.
And you're calling it a truth, but it doesn't have to be.
And then someone says, "Well, tell me about the last 7 Januaries." And you're like, "Well, the last 3 they weren't that bad."
Yes, exactly. But and so then you're like, if you're having to like enforce this idea, and it's just not, So I've been trying to get better about that. Like instead of saying like, I am this way, more like I feel this way or I'm experiencing this, not like I'm not letting it define me.
You know what it reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of the Apple commercial when people they all had their iPhones.
Oh, and then it's the ice cream?
No. No. What is that?
I think it was an Android commercial, actually. But it was like how everybody was like holding a cone of ice cream and it was like, and the ice cream was like melting and it like wasn't good. And it was like, why is it? It's just like, just because everyone else has it doesn't mean you have to type vibe.
Okay. It kind of mimics what I'm saying. It wasn't necessarily melting, but the iPhones, the batteries were dying out.
Oh, okay.
But the whole shtick of the commercial was people were saying, I'm dying. So the phone's dying.
yes.
Like, I'm dying.
Yes.
I'm dying. I'm dying. Right.
Yes.
And they're running around like, I'm dying. They're in the coffee
Yes.
shop. I'm dying, you know. And it's weird that Apple decided to play on the absurdity of their own customers.
Yeah.
But it's a real look into how willing we're able to like say these things and
Yes.
use these words that are so extreme.
Yes.
When we talk about things that we're going through.
Right.
Oh, I hate this.
Yes. And words are so like, I remember this was like kind of a epiphany moment I had in English class where it was, we were talking about language and how like our language and our metaphors shape our reality.
Yeah.
And so it's like these metaphors and these sayings that, you know, we say and we hear and we sing become the reality. So it's like love is a battlefield, like things like that. We like, it just becomes ingrained into society. And so same thing, like if you're saying, you know, it might seem innocent to just be like, oh, I'm dying, like but it's like you saying that over and over again, like words have energy and like they have power. And so you just have to be careful.
Yeah. And not undervalue or underestimate what your brain does.
Yes.
When you, well, I mean, if you watch something, if you watch the Jeffrey Dahmer, if that's the only thing that you watch for 6 months,
yes,
you're going to be in a weird, psychotic kind of place.
Oh yeah,
right?
we could talk about that for a long time.
Jeffrey Dahmer or just
no, like consuming media and like how it, because I am like so. I think we've talked about this, how I'm weird about like movies and TV shows. And like I will feel
you don't watch anything. I don't watch anything scary.
Yeah, I don't watch anything scary. I don't watch anything disturbing because it sticks with me for a very long time. And I feel like even if people like stuff like that, it still sticks with you in a way. Like even if you're entertained by it and it doesn't really scare you, like again, it's like that energy is like staying with you.
You know what? You know where that takes my head? Why real crime shows and documentaries are so popular.
Yes.
Like real crime. This is why you understand. And I'm not innocent of this. You know, I watched a documentary yesterday or the day before yesterday of the Latke lady from London who murdered or supposedly murdered all the babies in the hospital.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so it's so funny when you just pull up Netflix and you see.
It's so casual.
It's so casual. And it's just like, it'll be a new month. I'm gonna make sure I don't drop this coffee. It'll be a new month and there's like 7 new murder documentaries.
And it'll just start playing the trailer. And I'm like, I didn't consent to like this absolutely terrifying, disturbing trailer. Like I will literally, when I pull up Netflix, I'll just mute it because it'll start playing something automatically. And I don't like that. Yeah,
but it just goes to show that there is a growing, especially in media, especially in podcasts, TV shows, movies like that. People are addicted to that.
Yeah, it's like an obsession.
It's an obsession. Yeah. It's a real obsession.
Okay. I was just gonna say, are you good?
Am I good? Ask it again.
Are you good?
I am good. I'm good because
you can say kind of. That was an option.
That was an option. Was it an option? Yeah.
You said yes, no,
yes,
kind
no,
of.
Kind of. No, I am good because. Oh, you know why I'm good, Abby?
Yeah.
It's not so much that Life at Home is back. This is my baby. It's going to be my baby for a long time. So that's a large part of it. You know why I'm good? It's because I decided that the normal way I have been doing founder things, I'm no longer doing anymore. And what I mean by that is Life at Home is not my first company. I've started multiple. And in that process, I have, while I was running these companies, while I was building these companies, in my mind, the only way to do it was sleeping on the concrete floor.
Right.
You know, leasing a business and that being the place that you live. You know what I mean?
All or nothing.
Not having a car. Doc, why don't you have a car? $340 a month. You know what I can do with that?
Right.
I could pay somebody to, those type of things. And so this recent rendition, this recent iteration of Life at Home, I told myself, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to allow myself a little bit more comfort in personal life, because I know how to scale this thing. I know, I know where it needs to get, and I know
that you don't have to be a starving artist for it to be successful.
I don't. And it's hard for people like me to kind of like, it's hard for people like me to escape that mentality.
Yeah. Like rewrite the story in your brain about it.
Yeah. Almost like exactly what we've been talking about. It's like January.
The limiting belief.
It's limiting beliefs. And so, I haven't had a car. I haven't allowed myself.
Yeah. The fact that you drove here, like that's.
You guys are like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm sure every person I've talked to in Life at Home in the past couple of months, they're like, wait, you're coming to Charlotte?
Yeah, you're driving.
Are you
Ubering?
Yeah, is it Uber?
Yeah.
But giving myself my personal life, those days or Saturdays where I wake up and I have certain like personal resources that I refused to give myself months and years ago.
Yes.
It offers me like a clearer head 100%. To now program an app or things like that. So
I just think that's so important to like allow yourself like little luxuries throughout your day and your week, because like I remember whenever the first time I went to therapy and I was just like so down bad, and my therapist, we were just like chatting, and she was like, so like, what do you do for fun? Like and I was like, what? Like fun? Like, and because I was like living at home, I had like just graduated, started working, and I like fun, like I just didn't have fun. Like fun wasn't a part of my life. And she was like, okay, well, this is the problem. Like we need to. And so we literally talked about like what I like to do for fun. And I was like, well, I like to bake and I like to read. And so she was like, okay, it sounds like kind of not counterproductive, but you have to like force fun in your life. Like you have to be like, okay, I'm feeling bad. Like I need to go to the store and get stuff to make banana chocolate chip muffins. Like I have to like insert those things into my daily life, because like who are you without those little things, Yeah. And like the Daniel is what makes the doc. So like you have to have those pieces of like your personal joy in order to like be the creative founder that you are. What
one of the bigger things is? You have to remind yourself while you're doing it.
Yeah. Because you can get in autopilot fast.
No.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Abby, auto fucking pilot.
Yeah.
You just call me Delta.
Yeah.
I've been on founder autopilot.
Yeah.
For more than a decade.
Yeah.
Even when I was taking full-time jobs, supporting my other things, I was like, I remember one of the jobs that I moved to North Carolina for, like the first time I like got a check, I was like calling my film guy.
You didn't even take a breath.
Didn't take a breath.
Yeah.
Just like didn't put furniture in my house.
Yeah.
Just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you really have to like, so the reason why I am good now is because I'm starting to understand the value of giving myself bits of my life back, and how doing so is better for the founder that's building this company.
It's productive, even if it doesn't feel like it.
100%.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And for a long time, if it didn't feel productive, it felt like people, how many times someone said, Doc, you want to go out to eat, or you want to go to this thing? And I would literally just, I can't.
Yeah.
No, I gotta go.
I relate to that more than I ever have in like this season of my life, where it's like,
oh, because you're
I'm
in
grinding
grind
too.
mode.
Yeah. And it's like if everything needs to be like optimized. Like if I'm on a walk, I'm also listening to music and I'm programming my Pilates class that I have to teach the next day. If I'm habit stacking in a way that's like a little crazy, where it's like it's great and it's very productive, but it's like I can't remember the last time that I was like, I'm gonna sit. I mean, other than like the hour that I allow myself to sit and watch Survivor with Caleb every night, like just to really just like unplug. But it's like, I mean,
you're doing yes and. You know what yes and is? Yes and is from improvisational theater.
Yeah.
Where they say you're a turtle and you go yes and my shell is really as opposed to just saying I'm gonna go walk.
Right.
Without an and.
Right. Yes.
Just doing one single thing.
Yes, exactly.
Habit stacking. Did you come up with that term?
Habit stacking?
Did you just say that right now?
No, I think it's a thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, I think it's a positive thing that people say, that it's kind of like if you're going to watch TV, like maybe be on your walking pad while you're watching TV. And I think it's like, I think the root of it is healthy, but I think for people like me that are obsessive, it can get a little out of control when every single habit you have is stacked, because then it's like this need to constantly like optimize everything in your life. And like, you can't even just like take a breath.
I think you're hitting on a place where a dangerous place where a lot of people are going, because especially in the online wellness world, everything that you see or everything that you swipe on is showing you or urging you or teaching you how to optimize. This is how you get the best out of this, out of this, out of this, and this, and this. And you're just like, bitch, show me how to skate.
Yes, exactly.
Just skate. That's it.
I don't need anything else. That reminds me of one of the questions that was sent
about
we can get into that.
Wait, no, go ahead.
Well, she asked like,
well, know what you're gonna say. Don't say it now.
Okay.
Because we've got one more
intro question.
No, this is. So yes, we have now established that we are both good.
Yes, and this is why we need an agenda, because we'll yap.
We will yap. Abby just tried to do a incognito transition.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, no, Abby, that's the next one. But this is why I called Abby. It's like, will you do a podcast? Because I know we can yap. When on episode 20, we're going to be so good at this.
Yes.
There is a segment where we share a random fact.
I'm so excited about this.
And we see whether or not the other person has heard of this fact or what they think about the fact.
Yes.
Do you have your fact?
I have multiple.
You have multiple?
Yes.
You give me one. Okay. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
All right. Did you know that humans are one of the only species on Earth that can shed emotional tears?
No.
While other animals have basal tears to lubricate their eyes, we are biologically unique in leaking fluids specifically because we feel something.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so
the only species?
One of the only species. I asked them again. I asked them again. I was like, I said, if we're
what are the other ones? Yeah.
What are the other species that can? And it's like the Indian elephant.
Oh, I actually did know that.
Did you know that?
I knew that elephants could cry emotionally.
Really?
Yeah. I saw something about that.
I didn't know that. Seals and sea otters and some domestic dogs. I don't know about that.
Okay.
You know, you can hear them cry.
Yeah, but
we're not talking about crying. We're talking about tears.
We're talking about tears specifically. Yeah.
Yeah. The aquatic theory. Tears. Okay. So you did not know that.
I did not know that. I knew the part about elephants, but I didn't know.
Okay. My follow-up question. When's the last time you cried?
Ooh, yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want to share why?
It's like kind of a political thing. But actually, no, I can make it not political.
Okay.
I was at an auction with my mom, and it was like a charity event.
Mm-hmm.
And it was to raise money for a school, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like a parent testimonial, like a dad came up and was just talking about the school and like what it meant to his kid and like how you put so much trust in a school to drop your kid off. And it's like, as a first time parent, that's like everything.
Yeah.
And like, obviously I don't have kids and like, I don't see that perspective often, but like just his emotion was like, I mean, he wasn't crying, but I was in the audience. I was like, oh my God. Like he was just he just like cared so much. And it was just like a very tender moment.
He was there with his family?
Yeah, it was to raise money for the school. And so he was there with his wife, and his wife started teaching there too. So it had just like become a really special place for them. And it was just like, it was just cool to be, I don't have anything to do with this organization, but to just like witness all of these people coming together and like putting so much money and effort into something was cool.
Did he start crying?
No, he didn't. But the empath in me, if I sense any type of passion or like emotion,
Last time I cried, and last time I cried was around Thanksgiving. At Thanksgiving, my niece, my cousin, we went to her house for Thanksgiving. She told us to go around a circle and say a word that was, impactful to us right now. And I said a word that my dad said to me. My dad, and it's probably the word that I've said the most since then. And okay, see, he said I was disciplined. He said I was disciplined, and my dad and I have a weird relationship. We've been positive for going on a while now, and he came to where I was and was dropping off something for my mom or something like that, and he pulled me outside. And he was like, yeah, I think, Daniel, blah, blah, blah. I was thinking about, he said something like fierce or something, or another word that he didn't know.
Yeah.
And I was like, thanks, Dad. And he called me back like an hour later. He goes, no, that's not the word. I forgot. It was discipline. And
that is like such a compliment.
Oh my God. Cause it's one of the few times where he got it right.
Yes.
He got it right. And
for someone else to like see that in you, like, because discipline is so personal.
Yeah.
But for someone else to notice your discipline is huge.
It's huge. And so that was many months ago. But at Thanksgiving, I said it, and he was over there. He was in the circle.
Yeah.
When I said that, I caught myself.
Yeah.
I caught myself crying.
Going around the table at Thanksgiving is always like, I always cry. Yeah.
It's like, why are we going around the table?
I don't even ask people to do it anymore. I'm like, this is just not necessary. Where I'm just going to cry.
Okay. Do you have your fact?
Yes.
What's your fact?
Okay. Did you know that you could turn your phone and it becomes a clock if it's plugged in at night?
No.
Okay. It's really cool. So all you have to do is make it so it's not make it so you
make
can
sure
turn
it's not
it.
locked. Okay.
And then at night when you plug your phone in, you just set it, like you turn it, and like say you have like a water bottle or something, just turn it and set it on the water bottle, and it'll become like a digital clock. But there's different ones. It could be a digital clock, it could be an analog clock, and it looks like an alarm clock.
Does it have to be plugged in?
I think so. I think it has to be plugged in.
Okay. You don't have to do anything else.
No.
Then why is it not
because it's not plugged in.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But it's like the other somebody showed this to me this summer, and I forgot about it, and then the other day I just like accidentally did it, and Caleb was like, "What?" And I was like, "No, it was so cool." And there were all these different settings that you could do.
Did you know that you were when you did it, you were just turning?
I think my phone just like was like that on accident for some reason.
And did Caleb notice it first, or did you notice it?
I think Caleb noticed it first, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot that it could do that."
Yeah.
So anyway, should I do my other one since that one wasn't very deep?
It doesn't have to be deep because I have a follow-up question.
Okay.
When
anything can be deep with a follow-up question.
There you go. There you follow-up king. What is your normal morning alarm clock time?
Oh, that's a great question.
What's your average?
My average, I would say, well, when I wake up and my alarm clock time are two different things because I always wake up before my alarm.
Okay, when do you wake up in the morning?
I usually wake up at like 6:45.
For
just naturally.
Okay.
Yeah. My alarm is usually at 7.
Okay.
But very rarely do I make it until 7.
Okay.
Yeah. But like that's just in case I don't wake up at 6:45.
Okay.
But sometimes it's earlier. Like this morning I woke up at like 6:30.
What time do you go to bed?
I would say I get in bed at like 10:15, 10:30.
Okay.
And then I'll read or we'll play fetch with Alfie. Or we'll just like talk.
Okay.
And then we probably are going to sleep around like 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we have like wind down time for like 30 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. I am naturally if I see 9 o'clock, it's time for me to brush my teeth, do all my things.
That's great.
Stretch and get my butt in the bed because my body is waking up at 4:30 in the morning, no matter what. No matter what. My Apple Watch will say it's time to stand.
Yeah.
Because I'm normally standing at that time.
Yeah.
I'll be in my bed 4:15 a.m. and my Apple Watch will say time to stand. I'm like, time to stand?
Like,
bitch, what are you talking about? You don't know. First of all, don't tell me to get up.
Yeah.
You know, beep or something, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I got stuff.
No, my Oura Ring talks to my Apple Watch and will say,
she is being lazy.
Yeah, it'll be like, time to stretch your legs a bit. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, it is. It is time to stretch my legs a bit.
You mean, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But
like rude.
Ask.
Yeah.
Ask first.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, 4:30 is criminal. The only time I wake up then is if I, God forbid, have to like sub a 5 a.m. class, like teach a class.
How often does that happen?
Once in a blue moon. And it's only if I'm like forced, basically. Okay. And oh my God, it will ruin my day. It'll ruin my week.
Did you ever, you never taught like the 6:30 Life at Home?
No. I'm an afternoon
but
person.
You did come in for a 6:30 a.m. workout one day.
And I will do, that's fine. If
you don't have to go here.
Yes. Yeah. The things that come out of my mouth when I teach at 5 a.m. Literally, what did I say the other day when it was just a yoga class, like nothing crazy, just like a vinyasa yoga class. And this is so embarrassing. I was, in Shavasana. So I had made it through the whole class. And then what I always say is I'll like get people into like their final resting position. And I'll say, like, let's take a few breaths together. It's time for your mind and body to slow down, like use your breath as an anchor, whatever. And then I always say, you have a few minutes of silence and stillness. I'll call you out when it's time. But for some reason, my brain that day said, I'll call you out when it's ready. Like as if I was like cooking something and I was like, I'll call you out when like dinner's ready.
When you're ready? Did anybody notice?
Well, there were only like 3 people in the class because it was 5 a.m. and nobody said anything. And then it was just silent because it was Shavasana and everyone's just sitting there and I'm like in the back just like, oh my God, like I was doing so good. And then
you should have just said ding.
Oh, and it's ready.
It's ready.
Yeah. Do you ever have like whenever you have to, like you have something important and you like have dreams that you like missed your alarm? Does that ever happen to you? I mean, I guess if you naturally wake up at 4:30, that's not really an issue.
Have I had a dream that made me like
when I have to wake up early for some reason, like important thing, and I have to be somewhere like very early, I have this like ingrained fear that I'm gonna like sleep through my alarm or that my phone's gonna die or like and so if I have to wake up early, I also make Caleb set an alarm on his phone like 5 minutes after my alarm, just as like a backup. And I will still have like nightmares like that I wake up and it's like 8 a.m. and I like missed my time.
Yeah.
And
That's never an issue with me.
Because you're up at 4:30.
That's never an issue.
Yeah.
That's never. That's such a blessing. Now, like I need to knock on some wood.
Yeah.
I've never had the morning late worry.
That's great.
Yeah. But I can do the thing to where, how the thing that helps me fall asleep now?
What?
I program my workouts in bed.
Me too.
Isn't it great?
That's how I go to bed.
No pen, no nothing.
Yes, in my
you
head.
You just think about it.
Yes.
It's the best thing ever.
Okay, that is so freaking specific, but that is how I go to bed every single night.
Yeah.
And then once I do it, then I like my class that I teach every Wednesday, I usually have it done by like Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then leading up to that, I will I'll run through the class and I don't even get through like the first standing series. I'm asleep.
You're like, I'll let you know when it's ready.
I'll let you know when it's ready. I'll be like, and pulse. And then I'm like, yeah. No, it's so good. It's funny because I told my sister that because we were talking about like how we fall asleep. Mm-hmm. And my sister said, she was like, honestly, I never really thought about this, but I think it's, and this would be a really great question. I would love to know like what other people's like hacks are to falling asleep. Mm-hmm. Because I think it has to do with like your craft or like your thing. Because my sister does pottery, and she said that she'll envision herself like slamming like clay on the wheel, and then it's like and that's how she goes to sleep, is like imagining like how she'll do it, and it's like that's her craft. Whereas like programming a workout class in a way is our craft.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe it's something about like your brain.
It's like comforting.
Yeah, because your brain knows that it's something that means something.
Yeah. And it's like you can kind of do it on autopilot. And it's like it does require enough brain power to where you can't think about anything else.
Yeah. That's so funny that we're on the same page with that. I love doing that. And, I can wake up and
you remember it.
And you remember it. And then
because there's I remember somebody told me this one time. Something about like the last thing you think about when you go to sleep, you retain it so well, because it's like same thing with like my mom used to always tell me that about like studying like for a test or something, like try to think about your flashcards before you go to sleep, because like you'll retain it really well.
Yeah. That makes sense. That was a good fun fact round.
Yes.
Now we're moving on to what we are calling call and response. Yes. This is an opportunity for our audience to reach out to us with a voice note that we are going to play live here on the show. You guys, by the way, if you guys want to drop us a voice note, you can do so via DMs on Instagram, or you can record a voice note on your phone and send it to hello@lifeathome.com. LYFEATHOME.com. I think I spelled that correctly. Life spelled with a Y. hello@lifeathome.com. And so you try to keep the voice notes, anywhere from like 2 to 3 minutes. That should make the file size not too big, and just email it to us and maybe it'll get featured on the show. So we have a voice note, and I know this person. This person is a really close person to me.
She seems great. I loved her vibe.
Vicky. So Vicky is a good friend of mine. She's ultra supportive of everything that I do. She was the associate director of the nonprofit arts organization that I ran many, many years ago. And she sent in 2 voice notes for us to listen to. I'm going to pick one.
Okay.
I'm going to pick one and we're going to answer it. Okay. I think, I don't remember specifically which one is which, but I'm just going to play this one.
Okay.
Hi, Abby and Doc. This is Vicky again. I am from Jamestown, New York, and I had a second question for you guys. This is one that I struggle with. So there's a lot of trends and information and fads and changing data out there when it comes to wellness. The old joke of like, eggs used to be bad for me and now they're good for me and now they're bad for me again. Like, that's that kind of idea of things are constantly changing. There's new fads. There's new things that come up. There's new research that happens. With that in mind, I am curious what you guys do to kind of sort through all of that and find what you feel is works the best for you. How do you find what you want to talk about or what you want to do? What people do you trust? What info do you trust? What sources do you trust? How do you find the glimmers of information that are truly helpful in all of the noise that comes with everything that's going on in the wellness community? How you kind of work through all of that. Thank you guys so much for doing this. Really excited to listen and learn from y'all.
Abby, what are your thoughts?
This is a really hard question.
It's a hard, multi-layered question.
Yeah. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I would say the one part of that I am going to cling to is she said, how do you find what works best for you?
Mm-hmm.
Because I struggle with this a lot because, I read a lot, I consume a lot of media, and it is really, really hard, especially as a woman, to, find what works best. And it gets so incredibly overwhelming whenever you can, like she said, you can find anything to justify anything and anything that will make anything seem bad.
Mm-hmm. And not just in wellness and everything.
And everything.
Right?
Yes, exactly. So I feel like, and I fear that I'm going to have kind of a cop-out answer with this, but I think it's kind of just like the answer that feels the most right. And I think it's that it's just all about balance because it's like, just like quick anecdote. Pilates is like having a moment right now and has been for the past year. And I was fully like, oh my gosh, okay, Pilates is going to like solve all my problems. I'm going to get certified. I'm going to get my Mat 1 certification and I'm going to start doing Pilates. And that's going to be the answer to everything. And so I did that for pretty much all of 2025. And in a lot of ways, it was amazing. And like, I have learned so much from Pilates and it has helped my life and my body and my brain so much. Mm-hmm. But in doing that, I cut out some of the other stuff that I knew was good for me because I went all in on it.
Yeah.
And so I stopped strength training. I stopped stretching as much. I stopped doing as much yoga.
Mm-hmm.
And so I injured my knee because
imbalances.
Yes, because I lost the strength and my leg that was like supporting. And I've always had a wonky knee, but like I knew I needed that and I just kind of forgot.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like that's kind of a good example of like, I was listening to the noise on social media that was like, Pilates is how you get this like perfect body that, the body that I'm going for. But in doing so, it kind of backfired. And so what I've realized now is like, I know that it feels really good for me to lift weights. And like, I know that I need to do that, even if it's not as like, trendy to do that.
Right.
It's important for me to lift weights a couple times a week. I feel great when I do Pilates, and yoga is like everything to me. And I need to always keep that at like the heart of everything I do. So just finding a balance, and like, I think what works for some people obviously isn't going to work for other people, but like, if something is becoming really popular, like there's a reason for it. So listen and like kind of figure out, I wonder why it's becoming popular. I wonder how I can implement that in my life in a way that feels natural and balanced while also staying true to what feels good in your body. So yeah, that's my answer from like the wellness, like fitness perspective of it.
I like the fact that you said, figure out why these things are becoming popular, because sometimes the impetus behind these things becoming popular or being the new fitness trend is not necessarily data based or research based
100%.
or those kind of things. And so figure out why. It's almost like why is a Netflix show number one?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what's the one, the Training Wives, Hunting Wives, right?
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to watch it.
Yeah.
It's not my style. It's
Right.
and I'm like, okay, well, why is this? And then I realized, okay, this is a specific kind of show.
It's the same thing whenever, people love to hate on Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
But I'm like, she's popular for a reason. So like, you can't say that she's not talented and that she's not a good businesswoman because she's, she is who she is. It might not be your cup of tea, but she's popular for a reason. So like, same thing with Pilates is it's like, that might not be your style of workout, but it's popular because it helps a lot of women connect to their pelvic floor. And that's really important for a lot of people.
Yes. Both of those, Taylor Swift and
The
Pilates and the pelvic floor have research. Like you can go and look
Yes, there's facts.
You can go and see a video of Taylor Swift doing a open mic at a Nashville bar 20 years ago, right? You can tie it into.
Right.
Something like the Hunting Wives popping up is maybe a lot of marketing dollars.
Yes.
Or it's like a couple of the sex scenes.
Yes.
Those type of things. So
it could be like the tipping point too. Have you read that by Malcolm Gladwell?
Right. Exactly.
It could just be like a fluke.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you have to figure out why these things are. I would say trust nobody.
Yeah.
Like don't crown any individual, even if it's LYFE at Home. Don't crown any of us to the point to where everything we say is gold to you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There are some times where I finished a online workout and I was like, oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. Oh,
because I'm flowing in the moment.
Yes.
And you say something and 100%. You're trying to, there's a group of guys who online, I can't remember their name. And even if I did, I don't know if I'd say it. Really knowledgeable dudes, and they're getting into this thing to where they're now talking to women about lifting weights because although lifting weights is so incredibly important, that now the thing is to position yourself as if you're the first person to be speaking to women about lifting weights.
Right.
It's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's like, guys, you should, I'm just like, guys, okay,
right.
we've even been doing that for 5 years now. Like that's not new.
Yeah. You're not special.
I saw these guys like ranking shoulder exercises the other day, and they'll show a picture of the exercise and they'll rank it from like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and like shoulder raises. That's a G, man. That's a G. Like, okay, stop.
Yeah, just shut up.
Just shut up.
Yeah, that is so. Yeah, the ranking. It's a lot of, like you said, people who just are Instagram certified. They certify themselves.
Yeah.
They don't have any knowledge or background.
Right.
And they're just going off of like vibes for themselves, where it's like, and there was something, I was talking to another Pilates instructor, and she was saying that there was this one video of a guy who it went viral, and I remembered this video going viral separately. She was saying that basically he was saying that if you as a woman are doing this specific exercise to strengthen your obliques, you're not going to have an hourglass figure anymore, and you're going to get boxy. And so, and the reason we were talking about it was because I went and took one of her classes, and I was like, I love that move that you did. And she was like, oh yeah. She was like, I just put that in to be funny because I have all these girls that come up to me and tell me to stop training their obliques. And I was like, what? And she was like, well, it's because of that video, and all girls are like scared of doing oblique exercises because this one dimwit on the internet made them think that it was going to make them boxy. And I was like, I remember that video. And it's like, and so now girls aren't training their obliques, which is like such an important part of your core. Yeah. Because they're afraid that it's going to make them like, as if one specific exercise is going to make everybody look the same way.
100%.
Like,
and to get back to Vicky's question, she said, well, how do you choose?
Yeah.
Right? This is the number one way you choose what is right for you, fitness and wellness wise. You ready? You remember.
Yeah.
That's it. You try. You jot it down.
Yeah.
You make a mental note, and then you remember.
Yes.
Right? it's not about like a ridiculous finding the answer. It's not Goodwill Hunting.
It's not like a formula.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's like, what have you done in your past that have and for long enough for a consistent amount of time to where you can actually gauge, okay, this is how I felt here and this is how I feel and look here.
Yes.
Right? Then you can say, you know what? I remember I felt I need to go back and do that. Which is why every now and then I'm putting on music. I'm putting on crumping music.
Yes.
I'm 44 years old. If my nephews walk into my apartment and saw me crumping, they'd be like, "Oh, Uncle Daniel, what are you doing?" Right? But I also remember those days when I was doing it at 7 stages in Atlanta, right? I know how my body feels.
Yes.
I know, you know what I'm doing a lot now? I'm crawling. I literally was out in the
like
park.
Primal movements.
Primal movements.
Yeah.
I do horse stances where I just hold a lot of, so it's just like, it's because I've done the work. I put the time in and I understand if I go a certain amount of times, every now and then, every like 6 or 8 months, I'd be like, oh, my knees, doc, you haven't been doing your slow body weight squats.
Yes.
And people like, wait, if your knees are hurting, you should do more squats.
Yeah.
You need to strengthen the muscles.
But it's
around.
funny because like if you were to Google it, you would get 5 million different answers.
Right.
So it really is. I love that. It's like remembering same thing about like how I forgot that I needed to be doing strength training.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of it has nothing to do with like, at least for me, I'm like trying to get away from like the physical result of like what it'll look like versus like, it's so important that my body is just like functioning properly and that I'm able to move. And like whenever I hurt my knee, that was like such a wake up call for me. Cause I was like, at this point, I don't even care what my body looks like. I just need to be able to move and like get out of my car comfortably and like sit down and like, and it's going back to the things that feel good for you. And like, I think that's something that people miss a lot is like, we're just running to the next thing, but it's like taking a moment after, whether it's like after you eat a meal or like after you do a workout or after you hang out with somebody and like be like, how do I actually feel? Like, do I feel exhausted? Like, did I just get like adrenal fatigue from that workout? Or do I feel energized? Did that person that I just that I just went to brunch with, did they like fill me up or do I feel like anxious now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like really like, even if it's just like a second in your car after, like just taking a moment to reflect and like, maybe it's write it down or just like have a mindful moment with yourself. Cause I feel like a lot of times you can look back on anything with rose colored glasses or vice versa and like have, convince yourself of anything, but it's like having an actual reflective moment.
And those reflective moments give you, those reflective moments tell you whether or not you have the right sample size to find the answer. Yeah. Right? Sometimes I'll go to Reddit and someone will say, I've been at this gym for a month now, I'm not seeing any results. I'm just like, that's not a sample size.
Right. Yeah.
You haven't been doing it enough to actually really find out what is working.
Yes.
You know what? I heard Cher say this the other day. If it doesn't matter in a year, it doesn't matter now. Yeah. If it doesn't matter in 5 years, it doesn't matter now. When it comes to what Vicky is asking, if you haven't done it for 6 months, there is no working or not working. Yeah. There is no for me or not for me. There's not enough data. Yeah. So you really have to like be consistent and then go back and say, you know what, that thing that person A on the internet said that I did, that actually did work. Yeah. Now you know that you can listen to this individual again. Right. And put the next thing that they say to the test. Right. You don't buy into it.
You don't take it as the word of God.
Right. Exactly. Yes. I don't want you guys to take anything that I or Abby or anybody within Life at Home says as the word of God, but allow us to earn your trust with thing A. Yeah. That allows you to trust us with thing B. I just told Abby, in a year or 2 or 3, I can't wait for LYFE At Home to launch CPG, like consumer product goods, right? Whatever it be, food and beverages, at home products and things like that. The only way we're going to be able to get there is if people trust us through the content, through the podcast, through the cooking series, through the workouts and things like that, right? It's the same way with absorbing what people are saying on the internet.
Yeah.
You should only trust number 3, 4, and 5 that they say based on what number 1 and 2 did for you.
Yes, exactly.
That's how you learn what is good for you, what you should try again, what you should lock away as like, these are the things that work for me.
Yes.
Period. So it's
okay. So let's recap our answer.
Yeah. So let's solidify.
Because I feel like there's like 3 or 4 parts to that.
3 or 4 parts. So, one for me, it is, remember, how do you cut through all the noise of these, millions of fitfluencers or online wellness aficionados. The way that I would say to do that is to try a number of things for a consistent amount of time, and then get that sample size and remember what made you feel good and look good.
Yes.
Put everything to the test. There is no right or wrong answer. You know what I mean? Because there may be something that's right, but this person says it in a wrong way that that ends up like making it not work for you because of the way they articulated it, right?
Or you need it to look a little different for you, or it needs to be paired with something else for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that to me is my part. And what there was
I would say for me that, and then also like the having like the intuitive mind body connection reflection while you're doing the things, like in that 6-month trial period, like having micro moments throughout it to be like checking in, like how am I feeling? Because 6 months you'll see the long-term effects, but the micro moments matter too in terms of how it makes you feel, and like that's what adds up. So just like checking in throughout that sample period, and then just always being open-minded to like adjust and like but I think it all comes back to just listening to how your body is responding to things.
Yeah. Not everybody's going to like bar.
Yeah. Exactly. And also it's like, just because it's good for your body, like maybe that's not your favorite type of workout. And like, if you don't like to go do that and you're feeling like miserable, don't do that. Like whatever is going to be sustainable for you is something that feels good and that you look forward to doing. So it's like, it has to be a balance of like, it's challenging you, but it's also in flow with, your life, and
you just nailed
adds
it.
Joy.
You nailed it. That's probably the best point. The ones that are going to work are the ones that are sustainable.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
The ones that you feel like you can do over and over again.
Yeah.
Those are the winners.
Yeah. And that also maybe add like other benefits to your life too. Like you said bar, and it just reminded me, I never thought I would like to do a bar class, but I found a bar class that I like to go to every Monday, and I started going to it with my friend, and it's like a positive little thing that we do together every week. And it's like a friend moment, a good physical body moment. And it was something that I never thought I would be into, but I was like open-minded, and it's something that I can stick with because it's a studio that's by my house, and it's a fun thing that I look forward to doing. So it's like,
it checks all your boxes.
Yeah. Just like being open-minded and
All right. Nice little, that's our first call and response.
Answer. Yeah.
Our first answer.
People are going to be so scared to
call in. They were mean about that. No. Again, you guys, please drop a voice note in our Instagram DMs, and we will play your voice note live here on the show. If you're not on Instagram, record a voice note on your phone and email it to us at hello@lifeathome.com. And we close the show, since the name of the show is Almost Nothing. We close the show with a segment called Almost Nothing. No, wait.
You said since the show is called Almost Everything.
Since the show is called Almost Everything, we're going to end the show with a segment called Almost Nothing. And that is just a light palette cleanser where we present one of three things: a tiny delight, a recommendation, or a personal win. Like what we're going to give you something just to kind of walk away with, or we're going to reflect on a personal win. Like, do you have a recommendation? Do you have like a tiny delight?
Yes.
You do?
I sure do.
You seem so happy about this.
I have my tiny delight.
You do?
And it is called cookie dough bark.
Cookie dough bark?
Yes.
Okay.
And if Caleb were here, it would also be his major delight. He is freaking obsessed with this stuff. So it's protein powder. Actually, I added in the protein powder. It wasn't in the original recipe, but it's oats that you grind up in a blender. You mix with protein powder, chia seeds. It's kind of like whatever, like it's like kitchen sink vibes. Just like throw a bunch of stuff into it. Put coconut oil with it, and then it becomes this like thing that you can kind of like spread out on a sheet, like parchment paper, and then you drizzle it with melted chocolate, and then you put it in the freezer.
Okay, I think I've seen people do this.
And then you break it apart, so it's like bark.
Yeah.
And then you just store it in the freezer. It is like he will eat it in excess. I have to like he can only have like 2 or 3 a day.
Yeah.
But it has just been our little delight, and we love it. And it's a little protein moment too.
And what's it called again?
Cookie dough bark.
Cookie dough bark.
Yeah.
Thank you for your tiny delight. I was taking a second to remember what the hell my recommendation. So here's my almost nothing. I'm going to do a recommendation, not a tiny delight. I will have some of what she made earlier. Here's my recommendation. This is something that I've been doing literally for the past 9 months.
Okay.
If you are building something, if you are working towards something, if you are saving up, if you understand that you're pushing towards more financial success and you want to one day, like, have a family or build a home or whatever, my therapy over the past 8 months has been watching YouTube home tours.
Oh.
And you have these realtors that just have their cameras and they, have the price of the home in the title and how many square feet. And, you look at and if you see a couple and just bookmark them. I have bookmarks. I actually have these bookmarked under LYFE At Home's account. I should probably use it on my own. And it says Doc's Dream Home.
Oh.
I have like 35 houses.
I love that.
And you walk through and these are, at least for me, things that help me dream.
Yes.
And help me like envision and help me drive. It's like, man, that's the kitchen I want. For me, it's always about the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's always about turning into the grand room, what they call I think they called it the grand room or the whatever. And you turn and you see the kitchen. That's my favorite part of these videos. They always turn to the kitchen. I imagine myself like waking up on Saturday morning, cooking breakfast with a newspaper. Yes, I like a New York Times, and my future kid like running in to get some milk or something like that. And like financial worries are gone and I have things balanced. My family's good. Like watching those puts me in the mindset of like planning and discipline and to-do list and building credit and things like that. So whatever, maybe it's not watching a YouTube home tour, but if there's something that you can listen to or absorb, maybe it's this show that puts you in the mindset of like approaching your dreams or like calibrating your dreams or getting back into the mindset of like focus
and like getting really clear on what it is too, because I feel like that's something like, people love to talk about like manifesting, which I feel like is a buzzword now. But like I feel like I have manifested a lot of things for myself, but it's because I do shit like that. Like I will get so hyper specific on what I want to the point where it's like the universe, like there's no question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's like if you know what you want and you have such a clear vision of it, nothing's going to stop you from getting there. Like you just have to like get really, really clear, and then everything kind of, you know, it's easier said than done, but like everything will kind of fall into place, but you have to know what you want. And like my version of that is on Pinterest. I will go through and have like little vision boards.
Yeah.
And I went back through my like 2025 one, and there were so many things on there that I forgot that I put on there that were like, it would be like a picture of something, and then I have that exact picture from 2025 of like my version of that. And it's like so many things that I like just made happen, and it was because
because you installed it.
I installed it in my brain. Yeah.
Ooh, it's like
I love that.
You installed the software.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I like made it happen.
Pinterest boards, Instagram bookmarks.
Oh yeah.
My favorite.
Yeah.
I have so many.
I'm glad that there's not like storage on that, because I have so many.
You said the next one next week you're going to get, sorry, you cannot
full.
bookmark. Yeah. You must turn your phone sideways for this to work. All right. That is that's the end of the show. Really, 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 really appreciate you guys listening to the show. More is coming. If you are listening on Spotify or Apple Music or YouTube, or watching on YouTube, go over to LYFE At Home and sign up for our wait list. We got a lot of good stuff. We are building the content behind the new app that is going to be dropping very soon. I'm diligently working on getting this developed. I'm about 90% of the way done. We just got to like really start to upload this content. I hate even saying the word content. Because content is just like, we just get some content.
Right.
Just make the content. Like,
right.
No, we are developing
the substance.
Substance. Yeah. Substance.
Upload the substance.
The substance, the things that are good for you based on, you know, the elements that LYFE at Home is all about. We got to get that stuff recorded, these series, and get them out to you guys. So yeah. Yay. Thanks for enjoying, or I hope you enjoyed episode 1. Peace.